Hey, what's going on, guys? ReTaik here, and this video will be a little different. I just want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys, um, not as a content creator, but as a just a fellow Merge Tactics player myself, and kind of voice my thoughts on this recent no reset that happened. As I'm sure a lot of you guys know, not sure how you guys are feeling. I know a lot of you guys are feeling quite disappointed. I just saw JCE also recently uploaded a video today, which is why I wanted to make this video in the first place. I actually had another video scheduled um, to release today, which would have released at about an hour ago, but I decided that given the community's reaction, it just was not the appropriate video to release. And I know a lot of you guys probably wanted to know my thoughts on this as well. So if you guys didn't know, I actually uploaded a really similar video to this about a month ago when the Merge Tactics season didn't reset last season, so the beginning of the Evo Furnace season. And I basically talked about how I guess disappointing it was and how the game mode was getting kind of was going to get repetitive and how I thought it would kind of start to die if we didn't get any changes soon. So that was kind of my 1 month update. And that was kind of, I guess, a warning because it was only a month, right? The game was still really quite new. And I feel like there weren't any serious effects of like repetition or I don't know, people just hitting like a skill ceiling. But this is kind of the 2 month update, and I personally wasn't surprised at all. If you guys watched my last video, I said that because Merge Tactics is new, I thought they would make an announcement on their first reset. And also, I know that Supercell pretty much has to like market all of their new updates. So I knew an update was definitely off the table because they didn't come out with any sort of announcement about that. So basically, what I said was we just have to wait for an announcement for the new reset to come. So that's why I wasn't surprised. And that's what I thought a lot of you guys would understand as well. But I was staying up last night for the new season, and a lot of you guys were really upset in the Discord about there being no reset. Um, and I guess, I don't know, I just thought that maybe it was more common knowledge, but I guess not. So basically, I just want to talk about the state of the game. And right now, I think that obviously the game is in a decline because I know most of you guys are probably semi casual players, right? And the main problem for casual players is that the game is just super repetitive, right? It's like you've been doing the same exact thing for 2 months. Now, that doesn't sound bad on paper, but when you have a game as simple as merge tactics and with such simple mechanics as merge tactics, it gets very noticeable very fast. Okay, it's not like another complex game like maybe Valorant that has, I don't know, so many different agents, so many different mechanics in the game, so many different maps where 2 months would give you enough time to still be able to experience everything. Right now, we could probably experience the whole game in about like a week, right? Because that's what I was feeling last season. I was feeling the repetition even in the last season, which is a problem. And now that the 2 months have passed, the game is getting even more repetitive, which is why, we need some sort of fresh content to keep everyone engaged, right? And the second problem for more competitive players is that grinding is not rewarding. This is why I personally stopped grinding on this account. When the game first came out, probably in the first 2 weeks, even when I just made my alt, I was very passionate about grinding, right? Because I thought the game was very fun and I just wanted to be the best at it, right? But the problem right now is that look at this leaderboard, right? Like, no matter how good you are, you're not gonna take down these top players. Like, look at this guy, 21K, you're not gonna beat him, no matter how good you are. And the fact for me as a competitive player that no matter how good I am, no matter how much time I put in, no matter how much I improve, that I cannot be the best or even close to the best because this whole top 250 is bugged. That's just not very rewarding for me, right? Like, why would I put in all this work and why would I actually be the best just to be recognized as mediocre, right? That you see the flaw in that, right? So that is the biggest mistake. That's the biggest flaw in the game right now, in my opinion. And that's why I would like at least a reset. An update, I don't need because an update or a reset at least would fuel the passion for competitive players to grind again. And that would save the game, in my opinion. Now, do I think the game is dead right now? I don't think the game is dead. I think there's still a lot of people who are passionate about it. I just think that the overall community, a lot of the casual players have stopped playing it. But I know that a lot of the more dedicated players are still grinding, trying to improve. So huge respect to them. But if we don't get something changed in the next 2 months, I think this is just gonna drop. Like honestly, this is just gonna drop. And I don't want it to drop because for me personally, I've always been a casual Clash player, right? I've never really grinded ladder. I never really had the time to grind ladder, to be honest. And as a casual player, this game mode was perfect for me because I didn't have to grind hours. Obviously, I still played a lot. I streamed the game a lot to you guys. But just the fact that I could have a fresh start at a fun game with fun mechanics meant so much to me. And I personally had the most fun I've ever had on Clash Royale since the release, right? When I was in middle school, I was just playing with my buddies, friendly battling, getting to Spell Valley. This is the most fun I've had. And I know that's the same for a lot of you guys. And the worst feeling for me, the worst thing is for that feeling to be taken away from you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys love the game, and a lot of you guys, the reason a lot of you guys are probably stopping is because the game is getting a little repetitive, and that's completely understandable. I felt that way in the past. And what I've kind of learned to deal with is just sit, enjoy the game in its current state until we get an update. Now, that leads me to my next point about when are we going to get this update. Now, I've heard from somebody that there is an update confirmed. The leaks we've seen about the new cards, they are confirmed. Okay, the wizard, the e-wiz, they're all coming. That's what I've heard, okay? Obviously, I don't know if that's true because I don't know myself, but I would like to believe this source. Now, of course, that begs the question of when, right? That's the $1 billion question we have in our minds. We know that the game will likely, if that source is correct, not just get killed off, which is good. That's a plus in my eyes. That's a plus. At least we're not getting Clash Mini'd. But okay, sorry. The question is when, and that's the biggest thing for a lot of you guys. We can't sit around and wait forever, right? I know a lot of you guys aren't willing to do that either. We want content soon, right? And for me, I don't even need content soon necessarily. I just need some sort of indication that yes, they are working on something, they acknowledge our concerns, and here's an estimated time frame of when the update will come out. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for an update in the next month, or reset even in the next month, or 2 months. If we get an article that says, yes, we are working on a merge tactics update and a reset that will happen at this sort of general time frame, that's all I need. Because I know that they're not going to kill the game and that we are going to get a reset and that in the future we will all be satisfied. That's that's honestly all I need. So until then, look, I'm still going to enjoy the game as much as I can. I still think the mechanic is very fun. Um, right, but it's just that I have played so many games now that I'm just numb to the feeling. Even if I get a 4 star, which happened in this game, I don't even react. And I'm sure a lot of you guys notice that in my streams too or my videos. I don't even react. I just sit there. I'm like, oh, because I've sat through that hundreds of times, right? And when you sit through something hundreds of times, it gets not as exciting. And I don't want to talk like that about a game that I make content on and that I have advocated for, but it's just reality. And I hope that I guess Supercell takes this and they do something with it. I mean, I just hope that we somehow can get to them. I mean, I'm sure they probably already know somehow, but and by the way, guys, I'm not trying to diss Supercell at all. Also, I don't know why this recording stopped, but I'm not trying to attack Supercell whatsoever, right? I'm not trying to say, oh, they're lazy or why are they updating faster? That's not my point, okay? I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I don't know anything about game. Okay, there we go. I don't want to give them anything, or I don't know anything about game dev, okay? Like I don't want to say, oh, this is so easy. You should just update. No, like I'm not making any assumptions like that. I'm sure they're working hard. We've seen the leaks, right? The leaks are apparently confirmed to be true. So we know that they are putting in work. Let's not say that Supercell's not putting in work. Okay. All I'm asking for is just a bit of transparency, right? I would just like some of this work, their efforts to be communicated back. I don't even need any spoilers. I just need we're working on something. This is maybe when it'll happen. I know that's not really a Supercell type of thing to do, but that's honestly what I hope for. And at this point, I think that's just something they need to resort to because I'm sure they see in their numbers that the the interest is really declining. And my last thing is I know a lot of people are talking about monetization and that being the reason they're not, you know, updating or continuing the game mode. And I think it's true. There is no monetization for the game. But my question is whether they knew this or not. They didn't. The only sort of monetization they linked was those card offers. But did they really think? I don't think they're stupid. Like, I don't think they would have thought that these offers would have blown up because they've obviously released, for years, they've released so many similar types of offers, right? Of just cards. And I'm sure they know the numbers behind it. Those types of offers are not the most popular, and they know it, right? They have the data, right? They know it. So I, I don't know. Like the question is, did they know not make that much money? They probably knew in my eyes, right? They're like a, I don't know. They're a very big company, right? They've had data for years. They know. So do I think they're not updating because of monetization? I know that's why Clash Mini died. I personally don't think so. I just think it's I don't know, it's taking a while for them to update. I just don't know why. That's the reason. And I just want some sort of message. But to fix this monetization problem, I think they should just add skins, right? Now, skins in Clash would be completely new. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, well, that's just very new. That's not a Clash Royale thing to do. But I feel like it could definitely work for merge tactics because let's say, I don't know, you can get your King or Empress skin. I think that would definitely help monetization a bit. I'm not saying it would solve the problem, but I think it would definitely help. So that's what I think about this update. I wasn't surprised at the end of the day. Am I disappointed? I was disappointed last season. If you guys saw that video, I was disappointed last season. And those emotions kind of already sunk in for me, which is why I'm not disappointed at all. Like I feel numb right now. Like I'm not disappointed at all. I knew 100% this wouldn't happen. If you guys saw my Discord message before the season updated, I said I was like 95% sure the update wouldn't happen or the reset. So I just hope that they come out with some sort of info soon because I know we all love the game and we all don't want the game to die. But that was this video a little different. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.